Well, Mary Evelyn and I used to, after we had our uniforms on, and we'd be walking down the street to catch our bus to get home. And these, not one, but more than one little man had come up and say to us, "You two girls ought to be in the service, helping with our fellows overseas." And so they made us feel guilty. So we went ahead and put in, and we had our physical. Both of us were thin. And when we got through, the doctor, I said, "Well, did we pass?" He said, "Well, I think both of you two could get in as one." But they took us. At that time, they needed nurses real bad, so they took us and went in as second lieutenants. Oh yeah, since we were so underweight, we went to, first of all, went and had a huge breakfast, and I was the one that didn't weigh as much, and so I didn't let her eat much. And then when we got there, we weighed ourselves again, and I still weighed a little less than her, so she couldn't do anything, but I kept going and drinking water. We were scared to death they'd take one of us and not the other one. The first place was Camp Claiborne, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Claiborne, and then I went to Polk. Camp Claiborne in Louisiana, and we went on the train. We got on the train and went there from San Antonio, and stayed there several months. And we wanted to go overseas, so we put in for overseas, and they sent us home on a POM leave. So we got home, and as we were getting there, I told Mary Evelyn, "Let's don't tell anybody we're going overseas, because if something happens, we'd be embarrassed." And so we didn't tell anybody. So where did they send us? Camp Swift, Texas. That's 100 miles from San Antonio. So we went to Camp Swift, Texas, and then for some reason they transferred Mary Evelyn out to Bruns General, and I was staying there at Camp Swift, and I went to Camp Polk, and that's where I met Dad. They sent me from Camp Swift to Camp Polk, and in Louisiana, and Dad just happened to get sick when he was home, and they sent him to the hospital there, and I was his nurse. Walked down that aisle. It was so funny. I walked down the aisle, and he saw me, and he says, "Hello," like that. But I was very professional, but I went and I said hello, and I asked him how he was doing and the other patients in there, and then I walked very sedately back to the office and hurried up and looked to see, first of all, by his name, if it was M or W, mother or wife. So it was M, so I thought, okay, and then I looked and saw he was Catholic. I thought, well, that's good. And so that we got acquainted after that. Oh yeah, definitely his age, and he was. I saw he was a little, almost a year younger than me, and I thought, well, I can tolerate that. So then, we kept talking in the hospital, but I tried to be very professional as a nurse. But then he asked me out, and after he got out.